This is a Brother TD-4D ticket printer, and it's doing that thing where every print comes out crumbled and mangled. The cutting mechanism just refuses to cooperate anymore. Now, most people would either buy a new printer or pay someone way too much money to fix this, but here's the thing. This problem doesn't need any replacement parts. It just needs patience and about 30 minutes of your time. The culprit, sticky glue residue from thousands of labels that's gunked up the cutting blades. Let me show you how to fix this. First things first, flip the printer over and locate the two screws at the bottom. Those are your entry points. There are two more screws hiding there. Remove those and you can lift the entire cutting assembly out of the printer. This is the heart of the problem right here. This whole unit is what we need to disassemble and clean. Before we go any further, let me give you a crucial piece of advice. Take photos of every step. When you're staring at a pile of screws and parts 20 minutes from now, those photos will be your lifeline. Flip the cutting unit over and you'll see 5 screws on the back. Take them all out, but when you lift that cover, hold on, there's still a cable connected. Lift it slowly and you'll see that cable. Gently pull that connector straight up to disconnect it. And there it is. Look at all that paper buildup. This is what happens when you print thousands of labels. All that dust and adhesive just accumulates inside. We can start pulling out the bigger chunks of paper that are just sitting there loose, but we're gonna have to go deeper. You'll see 4 more screws in there. Take those out. Then there's 1 screw on the little logic board that you need to remove. Once all of those are gone, the actual cutting mechanism will separate from the plastic housing. Now we're getting to the really sticky part, literally. There are 2 blades in this cutting mechanism. We need to remove the top blade first. It's held down by 2 small screws. Once you take those out, try to lift the blade. And see how sticky it is? That's pure adhesive buildup. I'm using a knife to scrape it off, but you could also use a razor blade or even a plastic scraper. The key is to get every bit of that glue off. Run your finger along the blade. If it feels sticky at all, keep cleaning. But we're not done yet. We need to open up the rest of the cutter to get to the bottom blade. There's 1 screw on each side of the unit. Remove both of those and carefully pull the cutter apart. Be really careful here. There are small parts inside that can easily fall out and disappear into the void. Take out that big bottom blade. This one usually has even more buildup than the top blade. Scrape off all of the adhesive you can see and clean the sides of the housing too. Any glue left anywhere is going to cause problems down the line. Here's where some alcohol becomes your best friend. After you've scraped off the bulk of the adhesive, use some alcohol on a cloth to dissolve whatever residue is left. It'll cut through that sticky mess way better than water or soap. Make sure both blades are completely clean and move smoothly. That's your goal here. Alright, now comes the moment of truth, putting this thing back together. This is honestly the trickiest part because it's easy to forget where things go or which screw goes in which hole. This is where those photos you took earlier save your life. Start by reassembling the cutter mechanism. Put the bottom blades back in its place. Make sure it sits in the grooves properly. Close up the cutter housing and replace those side screws. Then reinstall the top blade with its 2 screws. Everything should move freely now without any resistance from sticky adhesive. Put the cutter mechanism back into the plastic housing. Reattach the logic board screw and the 4 other screws that hold everything in place. Reconnect the cable, again straight down, don't force it. Flip it back over and put the back cover on. Now slide the entire cutting unit back into the printer, reconnect the cable and put all the screws back in their place. And it's time to test the printer. Load up some labels and let's see if this worked. Hit print and look at that. Clean cuts, no crumbling, no jamming. If this saved you some money, hit that subscribe button and check out the next video.